Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and it is officially the start of Snapshot season for the 1.17 update, and we're starting to see all sorts of cave update changes, like this spyglass, which now has a spyglass Minecraft looking texture, which has just been updated this week to have a 3D item texture when you drop it on the ground. We've also seen this week two brand new blocks, the Dripstone block, which is unique, you could say, as well as the dripstone itself, called the pointed dripstone. But most interestingly of all to me is the fact that we finally have an explanation as to why lava can go into cauldrons. It's been a Bedrock exclusive for a very long time. At the start of the 1.17 update, they put it into the Java version, but this week they finally explained why, and the explanation is infinite lava. That's right, there's a way to get infinite lava using these cauldrons. I'm super excited to explain more and go through the controversy of it perhaps in today's video, which I hope you all do enjoy, but let's get straight into it, as all YouTubers say. Way too far into their video, am I right? But yeah, let's dive straight into the video, and let's start by mentioning that this seemed like a small snapshot at first. It only has two headline features, and one of those headline features is this dripstone block. And I want to go through this dripstone block because it's the shortest part of any video we're ever going to go through, because hey, did you know there is a brand new block in this update? How do you get it? Right now, the way you can get it is you go to the creative inventory and you type dripstone. Is there another way? Surely it involves the pointed dripstone in some way? No, it does not. Does it naturally generate? Well, we don't actually have dripstone caves yet. We just have the dripstone, or pointed dripstone as it's called itself, which can of course be broken if you want to find some for yourself. But right now, these are both creative only items, but at least the pointed dripstone, you can see where it's going to be. The dripstone block is just going to exist in the world. It doesn't have any use outside of that, whereas the pointed dripstone, let me tell you just how much there is going on with this. So it's interesting because stalagmites and stalactites is something we've been, we knew it would come to Minecraft for a while, but something we probably didn't expect is that it would be the same block. That's right, the pointed dripstone will work for both. If you take some pointed dripstone by breaking a stalactite, if you want, it's a stalactite because it's on the ceiling, and it's a stalagmite because it's on the ground. See, I know my initialisms that I hope I got right. But yeah, you can take one from one and you can take it onto the other, which is super fascinating that the stalagmite on the ground is the same as the stalactite on the ceiling, but that is actually how it'd be. And it's super fascinating because my next question was then like, okay, if it's the same block, what happens if we place a bunch of stalactites on the ceiling and then we reach the ground? You know, surely there would be some issues. And allow me to show you, because I was kind of fascinated by this one, that what actually happens is it just kind of like, either it touches the ground almost, or if you place a stalagmite there, it actually does just touch. You can put this touching point anywhere on there you want. You can put it right next to the ceiling. You can put it kind of midway down if you really want to. It's kind of your choice, because we can keep continuously just like move it up like this. And yeah, is there a purpose for this? I would say not too much of one, but if you want to have stalagmites and stalactites, but without the real risk of them, this is a way to do that. So the next question you probably have, once you know about these things existing, is how exactly do they work on a survival basis? So here's what happens if you try to jump onto one of them. As you can see, you take a little bit of damage that is severely amplified by your fall. So just to show you something, here is me falling from the stalagmite to the ground. It takes 1/2 damage because it's only a 5-block fall. Every 3 blocks of fall in Minecraft is free. Every block after that does a half damage. So allow me to show you what happens if we fall from this height onto a stalagmite, which should actually be 1 block lower we're falling onto. Except it's a stalagmite, it really hurts. It does 5 and a bit hearts of damage. So yeah, it's a significant fall damage increase, meaning that even if you have falling, feather falling, 4 boots on, and you're falling, like distances, you should be able to survive. These stalagmites are going to mess you up on that regard. Also, something that's maybe worth considering is the fact that if we look right here, we can actually kind of jump onto the stalagmites at weird angles if you really want to. You can again, you can see right now I'm on the outside of it, now I'm on the top of the block. It's just worth mentioning you can climb at very different rates, and it's very bizarre. There's going to be some new parkour options that come with this. So yeah, it seems like Minecraft, Mojang really cares about the parkour community, at least a little bit. So yeah, next let's talk about these stalactites. These come from the ceilings, and you've all probably seen the fact that these hurt when they fall on your head. If we try to break one with our fist, you can see it's just about doable, and if we break one up there so that it'll fall on our head, let's see what happens from this height, shall we? It does that amount of damage. Now, let's imagine what would happen if we did it from a further height, and you can imagine things not going well. Also, if we give ourselves a trident, you can see that one of the few things in the game that can break these from a distance, if you want to set some traps for other players, or maybe you want to break them ahead of time, is you can actually throw one of these tridents at it, and as you can see, the trident will destroy the block, and then it'll come down which I think is a lot of fun. But yeah, as you can see, this is a way of getting some stalactites from the ceiling if you don't want to take them from the ground, which is fun if nothing else. So yeah, these are the major two features in this update. I would honestly say most weeks this isn't worth making a video on. This year, I don't want to make as many snapshot videos, just focusing on the small changes. I want you to know that if we're focusing on a snapshot, it's going to be for something big. And let me tell you, this snapshot has something huge because it's the lava cauldrons. This was the moment I went, oh, this is actually something huge and changing. But first, just in case you think this one is big also, I don't personally, candles are an item that came in the very first snapshot. You probably recognize them. They're super weak. I mean, let me show you right here just for fun, the difference between having candles over there and not having candles. So as you can see, these are some candles. They are all lit. Oh, you can't see the lit through the spyglass for whatever reason. These are candles. There we go. Okay, they're candles. Can you see that? If we look on the other side without the candles, you can see just how little of a difference it really makes having candles, but whatever. Candles aren't that great, but you might like them, and you might have liked them being in the air. You can no longer place candles in the air on a non-solid block, but you can break the blocks under candles still. We don't know if they're going to remove this, but I imagine they will. I think they want candles to be a grounded block rather than a spooky floating Hogwarts castle kind of thing. That maybe you want, maybe you don't, but now it's a thing that exists. So now, without teasing you anymore, let's talk about lava cauldrons. Let's spy what's going on over here. Because we've known for a while that if there is water above a stalactite, it will leak down slowly. You saw a little bit of water came out of that right now. But something we didn't expect is that lava will do the exact same thing. As you can see right here, if you have a piece of lava above a piece of stalactite, that will actually be able to leak all the way down the stalactite and drip into whatever is below it. So as you can see right here, that is directly above me, which means if we wait here long enough, there will be some lava spawning again. That second particle took a whole minute to spawn, by the way, for what it's worth. And yeah, you can slowly fill up cauldrons. It has to be worth mentioning, right now, in the current snapshot, it is incredibly slow. We're talking, I went out and I went to deliver some a COVID test, in case you're curious. Wow, current times, aren't they fun? But I went out, it was about a 20-minute round trip, and I left the dripstone dripping into the lava. It still hadn't filled a cauldron in that time. So just keep in mind that if, you know, in the hypothetical world where you want to do this, if you're going to do this, having just one cauldron and one dripstone isn't going to be worthwhile. And I think for speedrunners, for that reason, there's just no value in this. It just is never going to happen fast enough. If you want lava, you're still going to find sources. Even if you're like a casual survival player, that's still going to be the solution because, yeah, although you can turn one lava source into more than one lava source, it doesn't really have value in that way. Instead, what you'd probably want to do is make yourself a rudimentary lava pool somewhere in your base, I guess, high in the ceiling. You could use this for light as well if you were being really smart, I think. But you can make yourself a nice little rudimentary lava pool. Let's just fill this up with some lava sources right now. And then what you could do is you could place some stalactites below it. Look, there's lava dripping from the ceiling right now. That's an effect that we've had forever. But if we put it on stalactites, I actually don't know why it needs to be on a stalactite, if we're being entirely honest. But yeah, then you can put some stalactites down here. And then what you could do, oh wait, we got all of them done. Oh, by the way, stalagmites and stalactites are another one of these blocks that are placed randomly. So you can never have a perfect grid of them because based on where they are in your Minecraft world, they're going to take up more or less space. Just keep that in mind. And yeah, what we can then do is we can place our cauldron, which I definitely had on my hotbar already. We can place our cauldron over here, 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 and here, and here. And then you can fill yourself like bits of 9 lava at a time if you really want it. But again, just keep in mind it will be incredibly slow. It just looks really cool to have this in your base. This is the casual survival version. But the thing that will probably be really interesting to see from this is people will use this as a way to get lots and lots of lava very quickly. Because right now, there is a functionally infinite amount of Minecraft lava in your world. Sure, I mean, there's the ravines that we were just right next to. Wait, I dug a hole down to there. There's ravines that you can go and get access to very easily if you really want it. I mean, you find lots of lava in here. You can find lava pools, and there's lots of lava. And then you can go to the Nether, and you know what you're going to find in the Nether? A dumb amount of lava. More lava than any player would ever want in their Minecraft world. However, transporting it is not so easy. So if you take 9 lava and you're able to make 9 lava plus 9 lava plus, you know, like as many as you want, that's going to have some real value. So if you made a lava farm at a destination that you wanted, like let's say we wanted to make this river into a lava river, how would we do that? So you'd make yourself a nice wide platform and you'd surround it by blocks that you really like the look of. I mean, isn't dripstone beautiful? I also like diorite. I think that's got a really underappreciated beauty to it. You know, maybe cobblestone. You know, I'm just joking with you. We shouldn't use ugly blocks like that. We should use pretty blocks like crimson nilium. Oh yeah, this is the sort of block you want to surround it by. Anyway, so you'd make yourself a lovely little platform. Then you'd fill it with lava, which would be a big one-time operation. But from that one-time operation, you'd then be able to do the next thing, which is stalactites. Or pointed dripstone, I guess I mean. Oh, Lord. Never mind, I guess I don't mean that. Then you would be able to place down a bunch of cauldrons, and as you can see, you'd be able to very quickly fill those up, because although the odds of filling any individual cauldron in a few seconds is very, very low, the odds of filling this many eventually gets pretty high. So you can see, one's filled right here, one's filled over here, one over here, one over here. This is actually a really satisfying thing to watch. You know, I think I'd enjoy watching just dripstone filling cauldrons all day long. So yeah, just in case you worry, like, you know what, does it have to be this low to go down? No, my tallest stalactite, or shortest stalactite, my lowest down stalactite has not filled its cauldron, while the ones that just have one above them are totally doing fine. So yeah, if you want to fill cauldrons, this is how you'll do it. You'll now be able to basically farm one batch of lava into that same batch of lava over and over again ad infinitum. And although I think, you know, in this case, this is 2,500 lava source blocks, you could obviously use a much smaller number. I think even 50 would be enough for most normal scale uses. But if you wanted to replace an entire river with lava, perhaps, then maybe this would be a great way to do that. And in case you're curious as to how you would replace a river with lava, because now I really want to do it, you'd have to drain up the whole thing first. You could use sponges for that. You'd have to go for a lot of sponges, but you could dry them as you went along. And so you place down all your sponges. You slowly get rid of all the water that way. And then once you'd removed the sponges, you could start putting lava in the gaps in between. And hypothetically, if you did that, it would look like this. Man, that's a cool project. You better believe I really want to do that after this comes out. I actually am really excited about this feature. I think infinite lava seems like a small scale thing, but being able to take X amount of lava and turn into a lot more, that's kind of what Minecraft is built on, the idea of farming. And although this is a really annoying farm, and sure, it's manual for now, I think it's only going to be manual. You know, personally, I'm a big fan of manual farming. I know it's more effort, but the results are going to be pretty cool when you have a way to, you know, get as much lava as you want without having to do all the transportation in the meantime, because you could build this right next to your river that you want to turn into lava. I feel like this video is oddly specific, but maybe I'm always oddly specific. Who knows for sure? All I know is that I have been IBX Toycat, because I won't be IBX Toycat after this, I guess I'm implying. I hope you all enjoyed this snapshot video, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe to the channel. And also, wait, important news is I'm speedrunning tonight. I keep saying I'm going to stop for tonight, I'm going to take a break. But every day I'm like, I want to do it some more, I want to do it some more. So speedrun week has been born. But given that I just arrived into the UK, and I'm following the honor system quarantine of 2 weeks, I am going to be going ahead and doing a bunch of live streams. And you know what my favorite type of live stream is? When I'm not frustrated. It's speedrunning. There's so much pain, but there's so much reward. And if you want to see both those things, come check it out later today, my usual time, and most days this week probably, including tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.